Hello, we're here with Mr. Howard Quinsey.
Mr. Kyle,
How you doing?
doing good. Doing good.
Right.
Good to see you.
Howard is a nominee for the Best Awards. And the Best Awards is an award that we give out to people that do things for the community. And on August the 2nd, at the D.C. Brown Heritage Building here in Tyler, Texas, at 5 o'clock, we're going to honor Mr. Howard with the Best Award for his community services. And how are you today?
Doing good, Kyle.
Okay.
Another day that the Lord allowed me to be alive and see and be a part of there. So just blessed on that behalf.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about you. I know you involved in some organizations and things like that. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, Kyle, been around Tyler going on 46 years. I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama. Moved here, went to attended Jarvis Christian College here in Hawkins there, and met a wonderful lady here in Tyler, Texas, and couldn't find my way back to Mobile.
Now that still put a smile on your face.
Yeah, it still puts a smile on my face, and like they say, she's the sugar in my coffee there. So, and just over the years, it's just been a blessing there. But a little about me, like I said, I went to school at Jarvis Christian College in Hawkins. Did a few things here in Tyler. I've also been in the automobile industry, sold automobiles, so I've got quite a few people I know them by face. Some of them I can remember by the automobile that I sold to them there.
Okay.
Did a little sales in the furniture industry there, but other than that, just been more inactive in the community. I'm also a member of the Prince Hall, Most Wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Texas, through DeWitt Lodge number 429 here in Tyler.
Okay.
Where I serve as the secretary, as the Lodge secretary.
Okay, I hear y'all do a lot of stuff in the community here.
Well, Kyle, we try to do things in the community. We're interested in back to school for kids, using the things and the knowledge that we have to share with young men. You know, a lot of young men still don't know how to change a tire on their car. A lot of young men don't know how to tie a necktie, don't know how to clean the shoes. So just minor activities, as well as our lodge. We use our lodge when people need to have events. So our lodge is something available there as to help in these situations there. But we find out, we get a lot of talk about what our young people are not doing, but what are we doing to make sure that this is out in front of them.
Okay, and y'all got your own building and all of that stuff.
So we're grateful and thankful by the grace of God to own our lodge here in Tyler.
All right, where y'all located?
We're at 725 North Glenwood here in Tyler.
Okay, all right, man, that's good news.
Right.
Because they're just basic things that young kids need to know, and things like that.
Yes,
and
sir.
then I know that I had met you for the first time. You might not remember, but I do. You used to work at Brookshire's.
Yes, sir.
And I used to work at Brookshire's.
Right.
Over there in Burtfield.
Right, and that came back to me. I had a young man mention that to me another time. He said, "Man, we worked together at Brookshire's, and there I did. I did spend some time with the Brookshire's in the seafood department.
Yeah.
So just kind of been around Tyler. I've learned that there's a lot of people will get tied into a job and say, well, this is the only thing I can do. But God gives us a lot of talent there, so you have to invent that talent and venture out another thing.
Now, you talking about talent. I know that you and I, we share a common interest, and that's music.
Okay.
And I know that me and you, we went out on the circuit and sung at places and
just a little,
all that type of stuff. But I don't want to talk about that. You're trying to build that. Is it? I know you got a keyboard and guitar and stuff. What is it that you're doing?
Well, Kyle, right now, after having that, the keyboard, the guitar, and the different music instruments, finally decided that I'd pick up and just go back at it again. You know, and you have a little more time on your hands to try. So I tried to play a little bass there, and evidently I'm making a little noise there because it allowed me to play a couple of Sundays at church there. So that's just been a blessing there. But you have to just follow and pursue there. But let's get back for a second on moving out and singing. And you know, let me just tell you, a lot of y'all don't know Kyle can sing there. You just have to push him to get it on out. But it's just been a joy to be around him and the things that he does for the community as well as in the music industry.
Okay. Now, they tell me that you like to dibble dabble in the kitchen and all that kind of stuff. And what is one of your favorite dishes?
Kyle, I am a YouTube cook specialist there, and what I find out is that it's there. One of the things I love to, and I found out that you can just take the red roasted potatoes and you can kind of adventure with them. You take those and you can put green beans in with them, and that becomes a meal there. But I've been trying to work on perfecting that 7-Up pound cake. And so my wife she's kind of easing up on me a little bit about going through a lot of eggs and sugar there, but I'm kind of rounding it out, getting that 7-Up pound cake from scratch.
Now see, we used to have 7-Up upside down cake.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you do the upside down, but my mama, she used to do the upside down.
Well, what I do, once I finish it, I just look at it real good and smile at it and hope when I flip it over, all of it comes out. I come out of the paint.
Because if you really look at it, it is upside down when you put it in the oven and take it out and put it on the plow. It's still everything is upside down.
Yeah, so just enjoying doing that. And just on that note, we have a lot of things that if we go in the kitchen and fix, and go in the kitchen and prepare, that'll stretch a meal there. So not taking anything from the restaurants or the ones that like to go out and eat, but boy, you can go on YouTube and just almost prepare whatever you want to.
Okay, all right. Now I do know that you kind of got sick there for a little while. I believe you had a hip replacement, and can you tell me?
Kyle, just by the grace of God, I am back up moving around again, but had both of my hips replaced.
True.
Had both of them done. And what you find out over life when you work in this industry and you work to take care of your family and your community, I found out that my tires had went flat in my hips there.
Okay.
And I was going getting this checked, and I was thinking this is the back, and this back, and I had several people look at my back and stuff, and come to find out it was the hip joints.
Okay.
The biggest thing I found out that we deal with, and we have a lot of people now that are having knee replacement surgery, is that once you get that fear out of the way that why me or it's me. And the biggest key is to trust in God, and He removes that fear. And once I got that fear removed, He opened up the avenues and the highways for me to get done. I'm a little over a year of having my second hip replacement done, but by His grace, I'm up moving around again pretty well.
Okay. Now, what do you think that we need in the community as far as leadership now, and what are you looking for as far as the future?
Kyle, just my view is that we need to be a little more outspoken in the community. A lot of times we'll get to saying things that, boy, what's going on with our young people, or they're not doing this. But I look at it from another side. What's going on with us? Why are we not sharing what brought us over with our young people? So a little more of talking to them. Well, we go in and say, well, they do this and they do that. But we have to understand they are exposed to a lot more. I remember back in the days, Kyle, when I got ready to make a phone call, if someone was on the phone at the house, we had to go to the corner and put a dime in the payphone there. But now you don't even see a payphone on the corner.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
So the biggest thing is share with them. Why have knowledge yourself and not share it share it with someone else, and that's what we have to do. We see them, and that's the way you have to use tact and diplomacy when you approach a person. You just don't go up there and tell them, "Well, you ain't doing that right. This is what you have to do," and just say, "Hey, young man, young lady, let me can I holler at you a minute?" And now that opens up a highway in a respectful way, and that's but just sharing with them. And that's one thing that we try to do at the lodge there, share our information, pass that information on.
Okay. Now, one last thing I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. You've been married for how long?
Oh my goodness, Kyle, a little over 45 years.
45 years.
To the sugar in my coffee and the cream in my coffee, and my wife's name is Pamela, and just been happy with her. But also we have 4 children. We have 9 grandchildren. 9 grandchildren. Well,
so you know how we tease. I don't think y'all need as a school, but y'all have a whole football team or basketball or something.
I've been blessed where we do have some football players, some soccer players in there. But just the joy what her in our life. And here's the thing, Kyle. I tell people the respect that you have for one another, the sharing that you have for one another there, the open communication that you have for one another, and then the love for God will keep a family together there. There's always something out there that will distract you, but we have to understand that that's what the devil does. He goes to it for seeing who he may devour.
Well, another thing about community work, sometimes it doesn't have to be with an organization or something like that, because your union with your wife and to go out in public, to be in church for those many years, that's community service there to let others see that y'all made it and we can make it.
And that's the thing is we can make it. There's not a situation where I can tell there's going to be some hills, there's going to be some low points, but that's where the growth comes in. At the growth, the respect. I look at her as what God says, my helpmate, and she looks at me at the same point. We don't go and make decisions without talking to one another about it, and that's the big thing, and that makes a world of difference.
You got to sit down and talk about it.
Yes, talk about it, right? Yes, but I love her. She loves me. I've taken on a lot of the duties around the house since I've been retired there. Like I said, not only do I cook, but there's a few things around the house that I know how to run. I don't have to run the washing machine and run the dryer, the dishwasher there. So it's...
See, you open up the door, I'm not going to get into, because you know what I say about that sometimes. So I'm going to leave that alone.
Oh, that's good. But that's part of
being married.
That's part of being married, because she has to have some time. And once your kids get to a point that you share the duties with them, and once they get to that point, a lot of things they can take over by themselves. My wife was one that she showed them how to iron, but after they got to a point, that thing was, hey, you don't go out the house looking any kind of way. You know how to iron your pants. You know how to iron your shirt. So we have to share these things with our children at a young age, and that was one thing I have to give her that she's done as well, is reared and raised our kids, also our grandkids.
Okay.
They don't come around and they may say, "Hey, Papa," but you always hear, "Yes, sir," "No, sir."
That's old generation.
I'm just an old country boy from L.A., Lower Alabama.
All right. Well, we're here with Mr. Howard Quinsey, and we just want to thank everybody for listening to this interview, and we hope that you come out to support him at the D.C. Brown Heritage Building. That's going to be on August the 2nd at 5 o'clock p.m. And Howard, it was a pleasure interviewing you.
Been my pleasure. I'm still trying to figure out how you got me to sit down and do this. I'm not a limelight type person, but one thing I've learned from Kyle, he always says, "Hey, give a person their flowers while they're here." There's no sense in trying to pull them out of the casket once they're gone.
Amen.